Honorable teacher, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our podcast. I'm Kristen Burhan,
I'm Kimberly Nathaniel.
I'm Nabila Cynthia Bella.
and we are from Immanuel
Immanuel
Vocational
Vocational
High
High
School,
School,
Pontianak. So, in this podcast, we're going to talk about local culture in our city, Pontianak, West Kalimantan. So, before we moving on, I want Kimberly to tell me who is accompanying us in this meeting.
Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to the Zoom meeting. Before we start our event, I would like to, on behalf of my teammate, to say thank you for all of you that willingly to take your time to join us in this podcast. Maybe there
Okay.
are many of you wondering
Yeah.
and asking what kind of this Zoom meeting and podcast are. And we need your support as our participant. And it will not take a lot of time. It will take around 40 minutes
Yeah.
or maybe
30
an
minutes,
hour or
yeah.
less than an hour.
All right, so as I said before, we're going to talk about the local culture in Pontianak. Before we're moving to our main point on our podcast, I would like to ask all of you guys to comment in this Zoom meeting. What do you think about the local culture in Pontianak, West Kalimantan? You can tell about your story, experiences, or you can also tell everything you know about the local culture. It could be food or maybe a local destination. We really want to know about your opinion regarding our topic itself. So while we're waiting their responses in our Zoom meeting, I would like to ask my friends first about what they think about local culture in West Kalimantan, especially Pontianak. I'm going to start with Kimberly first. So, Kimberly, what is your opinion about local culture in our city, Pontianak? Like, what is your first impression when you hear the word local culture?
Local culture in Pontianak actually there's a lot
Yeah.
and a lot of type of local culture, maybe a destination or maybe food or places that there are a lot of history in Pontianak too. And as well for especially in the local culture in Pontianak, maybe the food.
Yeah.
But there's one of the most famous as the iconic food in the Pontianak, the West Kalimantan.
All right. Now, how about Bella? What do you think about local culture? What is your first impression when you hear the word, and especially when you read our topic today? Can you explain us what do you know about it?
So I think that the local culture in Pontianak is very diverse.
Yeah.
Like we have a lot of races in Pontianak, but basically Indonesia, there are like a lot of races.
Right.
And so much cultures immersed in one city in Pontianak. And I think it is very interesting to explore here in this podcast about our thoughts and you guys' thoughts about the culture, and we're really looking forward for your impression of our local culture too. And yeah.
Okay, so now basically in my opinion, if I hear the word local culture, I'm going to say multicultural. Because in our city, you can say we're not just living in one ethnics, but we have like more than just one ethnic. It could be 7 or 6 and etc.
So,
like not just Chinese people, not just Chinese people, but we have a lot of ethnics. Now, why I say multicultural is really important, why I highlight the word multicultural, because with this multicultural, we can say that we have lots of history, we have lots of culture, and with this culture, it's also going to be a manifestation in our city in Pontianak. That culture is going to be something that make people want to come to our city, Pontianak, and it's going to be a manifestation for us itself. Now, so before we moving on to the next topic, before we moving on our opinion itself, now we're going to talk about the local culture. If we're going to talk about local culture, we're also going to talk about the food in our city. Now, I'm going to talk about this, and I'm going to start with Kimberly first.
Okay.
What do you know about the local food in our city? Can you mention like one or two, maybe?
For the local culture for food, I guess they're one of the famous in Pontianak, West Kalimantan is called bingka.
Oh, bingka.
Yeah.
Can you explain us more about what is bingka? It sounds like really Indonesian. Can you explain us?
Yeah, this usually local people will call it as bingka or bingka berendang.
Bingka or bingka berendang.
Yeah, there's bingka berendang also, and it tastes fluffy, sweet, and a lot of local people that really like this kind of cake because it's really match for all local people or also other from tourists, it would taste good with them.
Have you tried bingo before?
Yes, I tried them for several times and it would taste really good. I really like that cake.
Can you find this everywhere, like in Pontianak, because it's one of the most famous dish in Pontianak too, right?
Yeah, we can find this food in some store they're
some store.
selling. Yeah, there's a lot of store that are selling this kind of cake because they
Alright.
have really famous around the city. So yeah, there's a lot of people sell this cake.
Alright. Do you know the price and maybe where can we find it? And is the price going to be different in one store to the next store?
Yeah, I maybe it's on average they will have the same price, but it depends on their store selling price too.
Right.
I don't really know how the price is, around 50
50. Oh.
or 300.
It's based on the flavor or it's based on the size?
Actually, there's only have one size.
Only one
Is there-
size.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, only one size. And how about the shape itself?
Its shape look like a flower.
Like a flower.
Yeah, it's like six holes.
I think it's actually shaped like a star because it's it's
Oh,
half
yeah.
turned up. Yeah.
It's
But
a
it's actually a
flower.
flower. What
Yeah.
flowers they? Do you know what
It's
they represent?
called. Do you know about it?
Kembang goyang.
Kembang
If I'm not
goyang.
mistaken, I
Oh.
researched. I researched about it, and it's called kembang goyang. And yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
interesting
Uh-huh.
to have that flower-shaped cake
Yeah, right,
as a
right.
traditional
Mm-mm.
food.
That is the reason why it is unique because
Yeah.
the shape is like a flower,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and not any cake can make it as the flower because it is actually one of the uniqueness in the cake
Yeah.
itself. So, is there anything others from the beancake cake?
Others
No,
kind
yeah,
food.
others kind
Other
of
food.
other food beside it.
Maybe there's one more that famous in Pontianak. It is called chai kue.
Chai kue.
Yeah,
Oh,
chai kue, or they call as chai pan.
chai pan. Can you explain us what is chai kue and chai pan itself?
It's like what do we call it? Like
Dumpling?
yeah,
Dumpling.
kind of
Oh,
dumpling.
dumpling.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I think it's really the skin itself is like thinner than other kind of dumplings.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Like, what is the difference between the dumpling and chai kue itself? Can you explain us?
Usually dumpling we use the flavor as like the meat.
Oh, yeah, right,
Yeah,
right. Uh-huh.
maybe chicken or beef or maybe pork. We don't know. It's depend on everybody taste. And for takeaway, it's usually have more into like vegetable.
Oh, vegetables.
Yeah, like bangkwang or
Oh, right.
beans.
Okay, okay. So, have you ever tried chai kue too, Bella?
Yes, of course. I love it.
So,
I love it so much.
Can you give us the impression like when you eat chai kue and maybe anything you know about chai kue itself?
Okay, so chai kue for me is like a very traditional, like it's like my home food, you know.
Oh,
It's like my
food.
soul food. And like I usually eat chai kue when I go to a family gathering.
Oh,
So it's
right,
like
right.
I think I think this chai kue dish
Has the cultural value,
yeah,
right?
it has a cultural value because like in my family, I don't know in everyone's family, but we usually eat it in like almost every family.
Oh, what about family? Is that like a Chinese food or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
Chinese
a
food.
Chinese
Yeah,
food.
it's
Oh,
Yeah.
Chinese food.
So yeah, it's really interesting. Do you know anything about?
Oh yeah. So chai kue is usually it's sold everywhere in Pontianak, guys. You can get it very easily
Yeah.
like here in Pontianak. And like you can make it by yourself too. I usually make it with my family, and yeah, it's also it has a cultural value there too. Like to gather with your family and make dumplings together. In this case, chai kue. And then it's not a seasonal food. You can like eat it like anytime you want to.
Right.
And yeah, I think the flavor itself also like it's also very diverse because it has like two or three main
Oh, right, right.
Yeah.
two or three main flavors.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's like mostly vegetables, but it tastes good.
Okay. How about the colors itself? We haven't talked about the
Ooh.
color, right?
Yeah.
What is the color of the chai kueh itself?
Basically,
guys know?
for the tiger's skin
Yeah.
color, it must be white.
White. Oh.
Yeah, it can be transparent. It depends on how people
Oh,
make
right,
it.
right.
But in some case, if the flavor
Mhm.
has more strong color,
Yeah.
it will change the skin color too.
Oh, so if
Not-
we
Yeah,
yeah.
but it not really change them in direct color,
Oh,
but it more yeah
Yeah, it
and then
reflects the color.
yeah it
oh,
reflects
right.
the color of
Inside.
the flavor.
Yeah.
Also, if we put vegetable inside of it, because vegetable is green, then it will represent
Yeah.
green, and but it's in transparent
Mhm.
color. Oh, right, right. And how about the price? Do you guys know the price of chai kueh itself?
I think it's not very
Expensive.
expensive
On
because I eat it a lot. So I think I know. Like they sell it per piece,
yeah.
you know. Per piece, I think it's around 1,000 rupiah until 3,000
Wow,
rupiah.
Yeah.
not really expensive actually.
Yeah, it depends on the store though.
Oh,
And
right,
also
right.
the size.
Yeah, the
Mm.
size. The size also it's very diverse. It has like the small one, the original one, and then you
Yeah.
know the taikwe goreng, the fried.
Oh,
Yeah, the
right,
fried
right,
one.
right.
Yeah,
Ah.
it's
Shape more like around.
yeah, it's round.
Right, right, right.
It's
Yeah.
fried. The fried taikwe is like usually round, and there's like sometimes jumbo taikwe
Yeah,
too.
it's
Right.
It's bigger than the original taikwe. Maybe it's made for people who wants to eat more.
Right, right. So we have talked about the food from Kimberly. Now I want to ask Bella, although I have asked Bella opinion about Kimberly's ideas. I want to ask Bella now. Do you know anything about local food in our city besides that we have talked before, like beside bingke and this type? Do you know others food in our city?
I have one.
Yeah, what is that?
It's bubur pedas.
Bubur pedas.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
what is
I
bubur?
like that.
Yeah,
too.
it's
Yeah,
really
too.
unique actually.
Yes.
Why you choose bubur pedas and what is bubur pedas itself? Can you explain us?
So bubur pedas is a the literal meaning when it translates to English. It's like porridge that is very that is spicy.
Oh,
It has a
very
lot of
spicy.
it has a lot of spices in it. It doesn't mean that it's hot, but like you can make it hot too because it differs on like people's you know style
styles,
on
Yeah.
eating the bubur pedas,
right,
and it has a lot of vegetables in it. The color itself is like green, I guess,
green.
greenish
Yeah.
or like brownish, I guess.
Although it's spicy, it's not red,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
not
green.
red at all. You can also eat it without getting like without getting it hot, without getting it spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's based on your style on eating it,
Mhm.
how you're gonna eat it. But personally, I love it hot. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like it's got a kick, and like the spices really like the aroma of the bubur pedas is like very fragrant.
Wow.
I really love it.
because
Like,
it contained a lot of kind of vegetable.
yeah.
Yeah, it was really healthy for us to
Yes,
Oh,
eat
right,
this.
right.
something.
Okay.
Mm.
So, Kimberly, do you know anything about bubur pedas itself that that Bella has told us? Do you have any
Yeah.
opinion?
Well, I know this for bubur pedas is from the sambas or
Oh,
it's
from
kind of
Sambas.
Melayu.
Melayu
Yeah, the Melayu food.
But it's still in West Kalimantan, of
Yeah,
course, right?
it's a lot of people sell this porridge too.
So now we have to talk about it. Now, how about the price? How much is that? If you guys still remember, can you tell us
It's
how much
around
is that?
20, right?
Yeah, 20,000 rupiah.
20,000. Oh,
Yeah.
20.
but it is based on what? Based on the flavor or based on the size that makes it
Actually, it's
different?
like one bowl of porridge, like the normal bowl.
Yeah, normal portion.
Yeah, the more portion.
Okay.
normal portion. And I think it differs too on like stores. Every stores are different. So
Yeah,
maybe like the average is like 20,000 rupees.
20,000
20 to
rupees.
30.
Yeah.
20 or 30s. Okay, so we have talked about the local food in West Kalimantan, Pontianak. Now, if we talk about local culture in Pontianak, we also have to talk about a local destination.
Yes.
Now, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to start with my friends, Kimberly. Kimberly,
Okay.
do you know anything about the local destination in Pontianak? Can you mention us, explain it? What do you
There's
know about it?
one iconic place
Yeah, what is
in
that?
Pontianak that you will find it and see it
See,
like every day,
oh,
maybe.
yeah.
It's called as Tugu Digulis
Tugu Digulis.
or Digulis Monument.
The Digulis Monument. Can you explain us what is the Digulis?
The Digulis Monument actually there are 11 sharp bamboo.
11 sharp bamboos.
Yeah. So basically this 11 sharp bamboo is erected as the 11 figures from the West Kalimantan at that several years ago when they died at Divendigo.
Oh, right.
So it was really historical in this monument.
Oh, okay. And how do you say that everyone will meet it? Like, how can you say that? Like that statement? Can you explain us?
Yeah, because this located at the the what do we call as
Roundabout.
Tanjung Pura University.
Tanjung Pura
And
University.
it's the center of the Pontianak. There's a roundabout, and it is located in the center there. So when you visit or take travel around the Pontianak, you will meet this.
We will map that the Digulis if we come to Pontianak because we'll go travel and we will meet this Digulis.
Yeah, so when you from the airport you want to go to
The city
area. The city area, you will find this monument
because
there.
it is in the center of the city.
Yeah.
You'll pass by anyways.
Right. It is protected. I mean, can we go inside and take a selfie inside of the Digulis?
Actually, no, because
All right, guys, so sorry for the inconvenience, the connection problems. Now, we're gonna continue our topic today. So, you say the Digulis, we came back to the one that you say to us, it is protected or not.
where
You
were
know,
we again?
oh, when I say the Digulis one, yeah.
Yeah.
Can we take a selfie inside the Digulis? Like, it is protected.
Actually, no, because
Okay.
it was located in the center of the road. It's
Oh.
the roundabout iconic,
Yeah.
the monument. So there's a fountain and additional flower around it.
Okay.
So basically, you can really get
Go inside, yeah.
because there are a lot of vehicle there, the motorcycle or the car. You can really go
inside,
straight really near the
the
monument,
itself.
but there's the part near there.
There's the part.
Yeah. Basically, it's in front of the.
In front of the Gillis Monument itself.
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain us? Like, can you give us a description of the park itself? What is in there, and can we take a picture inside of that?
Since the monument called as Digulis or the 11 sharp bamboos, also the park called as Digulis Park.
Okay.
There's a jogging track there. There's also a children playground. There also the library there.
Okay.
Library, so you can spend your time there, like discussing with your friends or your community. Also, you have exercise with your family or by yourself or your friends, like in the jogging track. And for children, when you have a family recreation and you need a place that for safety children playground, you can also go there and you can recreation there. Also, there, if I'm not get mistaken, there also a tennis court.
So it's not just about the monument, but there's some places near the monument itself.
Because
some
it has become the tourist destination for
the
tourists.
Yeah, great reason. So we don't have we will also have to prepare for the attraction itself, right? So they can take a rest, they can take a picture, and even do activities, not just one day, but we can also do it every day. Okay, so we have to talk about the ideas from Kimberly, which is the Digulis. Now, from Bella, what do you know about the local destination in our city of Pontianak?
I have one. It is Tugu Katulistiwa.
Tugu Katulistiwa. Wow,
Yes.
it sounds quite the same, but can you
Yeah.
explain us what is Tugu Katulistiwa?
So, Tugu Katulistiwa is also a monument,
Ah,
and it is located quite far from the city.
uh-huh.
It's different from the
Digulis
Digulis
one,
monument. It's quite far from the city, but of course a tourist destination when they come to Pontianak because
Mhm.
it is historical.
Ah,
Like, we all know that Pontianak is like passed by the equator
oh,
line,
right. Mhm.
right? So that monument marks like the center of the equator in Pontianak. So
Right.
like it's very unique that a monument can like mark an equator line
Mhm.
and like
What is inside it? Like, is
oh,
there
yeah.
any room or any recursion place like the Digulis one? Can you
Yeah.
explain us about that?
So the Tugu Katulistiwa is like it's a monument. Like it's so big
Oh,
and so
it's
tall, but like beneath the monument
Mhm.
there is a dome.
Oh,
A
okay.
dome. It's like a mini museum
Ah, right.
about it contains the history about the Tugu Katulistiwa. You can go there. Usually like students go there to learn the history about the Tugu Katulistiwa,
All right.
and it's very interesting. I've been there before, like several times in my life. So from time to time, what I see about Tugu Katulistiwa is like, it is more developed time by time, and I can see Pontianak being developed too, and like when I went there in like when I was in kindergarten for a school trip, it was still like it's not really well developed yet, but the monument itself is like
It's improving, yeah.
it's improving. And the last time I went there was me when I was in junior high school. When I was in junior
What kind
high
of program? Why
it's a
came
school
to
trip
a
too.
school trip?
Yeah, it's a school trip too. And it's when the last time I went there it was like really well developed already. I don't know right now. I think it will be like so beautiful with the parks and yeah, a lot of like souvenir shops
right,
and then like street foods and then yeah, I think the park there that is developed like not long ago is like very beautiful and like yeah.
How about the entrance? Should we pay for the entrance?
Oh, it's free, guys. It's free.
Okay, it's free.
It's free because like it's a tourist destination and it's a it's people can come there and learn history
Right.
too, and then like there's so much science inside the dome. It has a lot of information about the equator line
Yeah.
and context, guys. The original monument that was built initially is like it's inside of the dome. It's not like the big monument.
It's
outside.
not the real one,
Yeah.
but inside of it, there's a real one. So can you tell us more about the real one, the original one? How
So
is it? Yeah.
the original one. So back then, in like 1960 or like
1960,
1980 something, it was found.
Mhm.
It was found. The monument was found, and it was built with just like 4 pillars. It's just like a
The black one.
yeah.
Okay.
It's not initially the black monuments that we all see. It's like it was just like an iron pillars. And then it is improved. And
Time
of
to time,
course,
it's improving.
it's improving, it's developing, and yeah, the original monument is not that big.
Okay.
It's just like
How's the size?
yeah,
How's the size?
maybe like around 2 meters high.
2 meters
Yeah,
high.
it's not like that big. Like the monuments that you guys see, like the big one and the tall one is actually the replica.
The replica.
The replica of the original one, which is inside the dome.
So the size is kind of really different, right?
Yeah, it's incredible they can build like that big replica
How
outside.
about the replica? How tall is it?
Yeah, 2 meters.
2 meters.
I mean the replica, the big one that we can see.
Maybe
I'm
it's
not
such a
sure.
like more than just
20?
yeah 20 yeah.
Yeah, it's so
It's
tall
so yeah.
and big.
So it's kind of unique that the replica is bigger than the original
Yes.
one. Okay, so it is protected. Like, is the original one protected? Because if someone touches
Mhm.
it could be broken like in the future.
Yes.
So it is protected when we come to inside the Dugatus, the place itself.
So it is protected by a fence.
Mm-hmm.
A fence around the original monument so that no one can touch it,
Oh.
so that like no one will like maybe like draw on it, maybe. Yeah, it is protected, and I guess you can't really touch it too,
Oh, right,
because
right.
it's the original one.
Mm-hmm. So, how about around the original one? Is that if the Digulus one is there are some flowers around?
Mhm.
So, how about the Tugu Kaktusu itself? Is there anything around it?
Oh yes, as I said before, the dome
Oh, so
is like a mini museum,
uh,
as I said
yeah.
before, and it has a lot of information
Uh-huh.
about the equator
Oh,
line,
yeah, yeah.
about the history of Tugu Katulistiwa, science about the equator line. You
Mm-hmm.
can learn a lot from there. There are a lot of information you can learn from there,
Mm-hmm.
from the information inside the dome, and yeah, it's very informatic.
Informatic.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I was really impressed when you say school trip. Like, you
Yes.
come out like more than it's 2 times, like 3 times,
Yes.
right? Okay. What do you guys learn from that place? Can you maybe explain this? I have one sentence or two
Okay.
sentences. Yeah.
So what I learned is like, yeah, I learned a lot of history about the Tugu and of course, the science behind the equator line.
All right.
Like the countries that is passed by the equator line.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right.
I get knowledge from that, and yeah.
Okay, okay. So if you talk about the local destination, I also want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So from me, I also know one place which is called Rumah Radam. This is really important too. This represents the diocese in Pontianak. So in this house, this is actually the place that where diocese celebrate the celebration, the annual celebration festivals called Gawai. So in this place, if you are in Dayak, if you are in the Gawai celebration, you will see that a lot of people will gather around in this place. Not just Dayak people, but all of the people from other cities, even or other countries, even they came to here to see the attraction and the celebration of Gawai itself. And it's not just a celebration where there are some also competitions, dances, or even they're also celebrate in the virtual celebration itself. Now, I also have joined the Gawai Dayak for one time, like maybe like 3 years ago, and there's an I joined it because it was because I joined a competition from it, which is the storytelling competition. It was really cool, guys. When people came to that place, it's not just like 100, but it's thousands of people came to that place.
People.
1,000 people.
All of them.
Yeah, but not in Romaradang. Like maybe from Romaradang can be hundreds of people, but inside of Romaradang, there's a kind of beneath one. Yeah,
They
they're
make the stage
they
there.
make the stage in
Wow.
the parking and in the park itself. Yeah, um, there's a stage two when I deliver the story itself. I remember I deliver a story called Hedgehog Stage Two. At that time it was really cool, and it was I was kind of nervous because there are a lot of people watching me at that time. And but it was a good chance for me. It was a good opportunity, and it was a good experience for me because I could deliver the story to thousands of people. Now, when I joined the competition, I'm not going to scare when I'm joining other competitions because I have been watched by a lot of people, and yeah, it really built my confidence until right now.
So when I don't even
Yeah,
we call Gawai Dayak.
yeah.
You mean like 1,000 people is like all of them is the local people
No,
from
no,
Pontianak
yeah.
or
Not just local people, not just Diagnese people, but all people from other ethnics also come to this place, and even other people from other cities and other countries itself, they came to this place, and even other people from other countries, they know about these annual festivals. So it's actually one of the manifestation from Pontianak too, because this is actually one of the place that attract people to come to our place, and even they want to join the celebration itself.
so it's
Yeah.
mean like when it came to Gawaida, even all of people will come to Pontianak.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that is the manifestation of the place in Pontianak too. And of course, this Rumah Radang gives a lot of contribution in that manifestation itself. So people can come, not the people that come, it's not just like 100 people, also like thousands of people could also come to here just to celebrate what we call Gawaida. Yeah.
So, if besides the Gawaida event, can we go?
Sure, sure. We can go to Rumah Radang like every day and we don't have to pay like any rupees. We just have to come.
Oh,
Yeah, although you
so
have
it's
to,
a public place.
yeah, it's
or-
a public place, although you have to pay the parking lot.
yeah,
But
parking place.
well, when you come, you can go inside. And
Yes.
yeah, for if you want to go inside and looking inside of Rumah Radang, yeah, you can get a permission from the people. But for the entrance, you don't have to pay anything. And beneath the Rumah Radang, there's also some store like accessory store, and you can buy anything inside of it, like the accessories of Vietnamese people. Like you can make it as a souvenirs. So when you go to Rumah Radang, you can buy some. So Rumah Radang is not just about the traditional house, but they built inside beneath inside the Rumah Radang. You can see there are some stores too. Like it's also modern too. But they of course keep the traditional value inside of Rumah Radang too.
So why call us Rumah Radang?
Yeah. Why is it called as Rumah Radang? Of course, Rumah Radang is also called as Rumah Panjang. And Panjang is in Indonesian English is mean long. And that's why it's
Radang is from Dayak.
yeah, it's for Dayak people. Yeah.
Oh,
It's just called Rumah Radang because the house is very long. It's really long. And why it is long, there's a history beside of it. So Vietnamese people, when they marry and have a child, they want to make some new rooms inside of room in this house. So because they have to make the rooms, they have to make the room long. They have to make the house longer, and that's why the rumah panjang itself get longer year by year, and even until right now. It's also become the traditions from the people. Although maybe there are some people that not still that is not any not making it anymore, but this house is keeping on to right now.
I want to ask about the structure of the
Oh, the
house.
structure of the house.
So, if I'm not mistaken, the structure of the house is like it's like there is like pillars.
Oh
beneath
yeah,
the
right,
house.
right,
So
right.
like it's like it kind of looks like it's floating without the pillars.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
that you need to
Climb
climb
it,
up.
right. It's
Yeah.
actually just like a stair, yeah.
Mhm.
But if you guys can climb, you guys actually can just use a normal stair because there's also a normal stair inside. But if you guys want to try, you can also get permission from the people itself.
How about like inside of the house?
So it's inside of the house. Yeah. So sometimes if we want to get a seminar, you can also get permission inside because inside of Rumah Radang there's a big room, like white room. You can go inside and we'll see the history of Rumah Radang itself. Not just Rumah Radang, but also the Dayak people history. You can see inside Rumah Radang.
The inside of the Rumah Radang. It's usually used for like seminars.
Yeah,
or, like,
right,
stuff,
right, yeah. But we also have to get permission first. Yeah.
Oh, it's also a new thing because it's like a traditional place.
Yeah,
like,
but it's used for
yeah, they
seminars
can
in
use it
modern.
Yeah.
for a public.
Even it's open for public. There's also some like modern stuff like speaker, but sometimes it's only used for the Gawai Dayak, for the seminar. I mean the seminar that is allowed by the Dayak people. For example, if you want to have the Gawai Dayak competition, they sometimes give us instruction, and in that house we are given instruction itself. So it is used for telling information to the people. But you have to get the permission first. You're not allowed if you don't get the permission first.
How about like you said seminars are held there, right? Can be held there.
Yeah.
And how's like the atmosphere? Like is it still traditional or like is it modernized already?
Sometimes I think inside of it there's also kind of air conditioner inside. But actually in that house you're not going to feel hot because traditional house is not like close enough like our now modern house, but they're kind of open it. But however, it is still nice to live inside, to go inside it.
Is there anybody that still live there?
Actually, I don't really know about who's gonna live inside it, but I think maybe there's some people who protect the house too.
Take care of the
Yeah,
places.
also clean the house. So It's always clean every day. Yeah, when people come, they will clean it. Yeah, just like that.
Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay, so we have talked about the local destinations in our city, Pontianak, Kalimantan. So now we're going to show you our vlog videos that we have made before, 2 vlog videos. So Kimberly,
Yeah.
can you maybe show the videos to us?
Yeah, sure. Before that, you can also, if you have any questions,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
just put in the chat box.
Yeah, if you have any question, you just can comment in our Zoom meeting. We really want to know your questions. And
Yes.
if you have any talks, any experience, or any story, you
Yeah,
can also
just
comment in the
share
Zoom meeting.
any story that you want.
It will
Yeah,
be so fun.
Yeah.
You guys can interact with us.
we really want to read your stories.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so
So-
yeah, Kimberly, you can control
Okay.
the search screen.
Let me take this first.
Okay.
So which one do you want to look first?
Maybe we
The
can start
local.
with the local destination first.
Okay, sure. Hang on. Okay.
So we hope that you enjoy the videos, okay? Because we explain a lot about the destinations. Yeah, not just one place, but it is what they're frequently.
Yeah.
It was really fun making the video too because we get more knowledge about
Yeah,
our
right.
culture.
Because
Yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah, it's even much easier for you guys because you just watch the videos
Yeah.
and you get more knowledge inside. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So this is the video. Hang on.
Enjoy the video,
Yeah,
guys.
enjoy the video.
It shouldn't take a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a short video,
Yeah,
but
sure.
very informative.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pontianak. We often choose places to visit for some different reasons, whether it is to feel the warm weather or to experience the diverse cultures.
It's not as
Guess what? Pontianak is what you're looking
Yeah,
for.
right.
I'm Kristen Burhan.
This is the overview of Pontianak.
Yes.
We are from Immanuel Vocational High School, Pontianak, and today we are going to be your tour guides. Here's a look at the best place to visit in Pontianak. The first place to visit is Rumah
This is
Radang.
the
Currently,
Rumah
Rumah Radang is an icon of cultural tourism in Pontianak. This is a diverse traditional house, and they call it Rumah Panjang or Rumah
Here are
Radang.
the stairs.
Yeah,
When
the
an
stairs.
international tourist
So you
visits
can
this
go to
place,
normal
the
stairs
tourists
too.
would like to learn and understand the local culture, such
I
as
will
traditions,
start
dances,
Yeah,
and unique
yeah,
foods.
but yeah, it's
There are
strong
several
enough, so
festivals in a
don't
year
worry.
that take place
Don't
in
be
this
scared.
place, and one of them is Gawai Dayak. For your information, Gawai Dayak is an annual festival celebrated by the Dayak people in Pontianak, Indonesia on the 1st and 2nd of June. As you can see, this house is huge, beautiful, and certainly very tall. Besides, it is located in the center of the city and really easy to get to. So, if you come to Pontianak, West Kalimantan, don't forget to visit this beautiful house.
Pontianak is identical to the equator. Duo Katulistiwa, or the Equator Monument, is one landmark worth visiting when you're in Pontianak.
Yes,
Pontianak
so
is
that
one
is
of
the
the cities
replica.
that is
Ah.
passed by the equator.
The
It was
big
built
one
by
is
a
actually
geographic expedition
the
team
original one
led by a
is
Dutch
like inside the
geographer.
dome, like
Their
Inside the
detailed
door.
explanation of the world
yeah,
of the
the white, yeah,
astronomy, such as data of the Earth, solar system,
Me too, me too.
stars, moon, sun, and
I'm so
galaxies.
grateful that you tell us the
These
stories because
paintings
I've never
depicting
been
Pontianak
inside.
and the Equator
I
monuments
knew
also
like
adorn the
no
walls in the building.
yes.
So the
This
first
is
place
the-
that you can
Yeah,
visit in
basically that is the
Pontianak is
park.
Ah, the park.
This monument is one of the
Having
iconic
activities.
places in
As you can
Pontianak.
see, nobody can.
There are 11 sticks of sharp
Ah,
bronze and
right.
11 figures from
Oh,
West
there's like a
Kalimantan.
fountain
Yeah.
right now
When you
too.
visit Pontianak, this is the place where you can
With
miss
the
because it's
fountain.
located in the center of the city.
Like, oh, there's
This
Mhm.
monument also
Gotta
included
swim.
with
Yeah.
fountain, traditional flowers and plants to beautify the view. Near the monument, there also a park called the egoist part, where you can visit with your friends or your
The part is
family
like
together
behind
around
that.
a city
Ah,
and
Yeah,
enjoying the
before
panoramic view
Behind
of the city.
the
So
sign,
as you
yeah, the
can see,
sign there.
at night the Digulis monument becomes more beautiful with the light that's shining through the fountain.
yeah, as
So
you say
these are
before,
the
it's in the
three iconic
center.
places to
Of course,
visit in
we're gonna
Pontianak.
see it in
What
the
do you
travel.
think?
Would you like to go to these places? This is the end of our tour introduction.
Thank you for joining
us.
Okay, so
Wow.
yeah,
Great.
right. Okay, so this is the first vlog, right? We're gonna we're gonna watch the second vlog, which
Yeah.
is about the
The
local
foods.
food.
the
Yeah.
local food.
Okay, so
I
Kimberly,
will
please.
speak it
Yeah,
first.
Okay.
we can try that.
So about the food, we got a lot of like fun information too.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
in it.
Actually, there are a lot of unique food in like local food in our city actually, but we choose one
Yes,
as in
one.
our vlog.
Mhm.
But you guys are really lucky because you come to this podcast
Yes.
and we tell you more than just one,
Mhm.
which is a strike way,
Yes.
bubur pedas.
Yes.
But in this vlog, we're going to talk about bingke.
Yes.
The bingke that Kimberly has talked about before, right?
Mhm. Yes.
We're gonna talk not just about what we said before, but we're going to talk more. We're going to talk deeper
Yeah.
about bingke, like how to make it, like
Mhm.
this history
Yeah,
behind
that's
bingke.
philosophy.
Yeah, philosophy.
And then like the information of Binket if you're interested because it looks so good. It makes me hungry every time I see it.
Oh wait.
Okay.
So sweet.
And the videos is actually really short, like the first video. So yeah, hope you
Wait.
enjoy the videos. Right.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy the videos.
So this one. Hang on.
Are you
Okay.
unmuted?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this is the video about Binke.
Our second video.
Yes, our second video. Enjoy, guys.
Joy.
So this is this place.
Yeah, we shouted here.
Honorable judges, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen. Hello everyone, I'm Kristen Burhan
I'm Kimberly Nathaniel.
I'm Nabila Cynthia Bella.
and we are from Immanuel Vocational High School, Pontianak. In this video, we're going to show you a cake from Pontianak called bingke. So, let's get started. Indonesia is blessed with extraordinary culinary riches. You will not say boring, or not delicious when you enjoy the specialties of the country. You see, each region has its own special food. For example, in West Kalimantan, we have a traditional cake called bingke. For your information, bingke is also popular among the tourists. That's why it is often made as souvenirs. Nowadays, you can make bingke by yourself at home. You are free to be creative when making this traditional cake. So, do you want to know how to make bingke? Stay tuned and keep watching this video.
So, how to make bingke? Actually, making bingke is pretty complicated. There are several ingredients that we should prepare before making this cake. The ingredients are coconut milk, sugar, eggs, flour, salt, vanilla, banana leaf, coloring, and oil for the grease
Oh,
pack.
around 9 ingredients.
So we have known the ingredients, and now we're going to show you the
It's really
process
It's
of
pretty
making
simple, but to
this
make
cake.
Yeah,
it,
to make
the
it, it's kind of
process,
complicated.
It's
Okay.
really complicated.
Okay.
So this is the process, guys.
example, we are using one of the YouTubers
Yeah.
from
So the
Pontianak.
first thing that you're going to do is to boil the coconut milk and pandan leaf
Don't
in
worry, we're
low
going
heat
to
and
explain it
stirring the
with
batter
our
up.
voice too, so
You
you
also
can
have to
understand
mix
it in
the
English.
sugar, salt, and vanilla powder. After that, you can turn off the stove and strain. While waiting, you can preheat the oven at 180 degrees. Pour little by little of coconut milk into the bowl of flours and make sure to mix it well. After that, beaten the eggs and put them into the dough. You can also add the coloring food and strain the dough into a measuring glass. Prepare the pan and grease it with oil because we are going to heat the pan for 5 minutes and pour the dough
Yes,
into the
so
pan.
now for the fridge around the cake, we
The
should
hot oil will make the French texture more beautiful. Bake it for 15 minutes with bottom fire and alternate for well baked. For another 15 minutes, change the fire into up and bottom fire.
This is
And
the
your
reason.
cake are ready to serve.
So yeah, so you guys can make it from home too, like by yourself. But if you don't have, how to make a shape, you can also make another shape.
Yeah.
Like you can try the taste at least, yeah.
Yeah. The most popular type of binka is called binka berendam. Now the question is, why is it called as binka berendam? The word berendam itself translates as being soaked in English. It is because when the batter is baked, it produces a little amount of sweet juice. Although the amount is not that much, it makes the cake look like it is being soaked inside that sweet juice. Binka is baked in a flower-shaped pan, and locals often call that flour as kembang goyang. The philosophy behind it is our life will not always go smoothly. There are ups and downs that we have to face every single day. Important to know, the recipe of binka is passed down from generation to generation, and that makes binka authentic. Binka doesn't cost a lot of money. It usually costs around 15,000 until 25,000 rupiah, depending on the type of binka you're having. Binka is also famous to be a dessert on Ramadan when the Muslims fast. The soft and fluffy texture really suits well in everyone's mouth and definitely a good start before you break your fast.
So that's how to make bingo. Although it's not really easy to make it, but it tastes good.
So, are you interested to try this cake?
If you're interested, you can come to Pontianak to buy it, try it, and share it with your family.
So this is the end of our video.
Thank you for your attention.
May you all have a wonderful day.
Bye.
very good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And it's also affordable, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so we have talked about the local culture in Bangkok. We have talked about the food, we have talked about the destination, and we also have watched our video. Now, so it is a nice conversation with all of you guys to talk about this topic, where you share your stories and you share the information too. And it is a good conversation. I'm really grateful to be here, to hear all of your opinion. Now, it is actually the end of our podcast. Actually, Kimberly, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I was like feeling so happy, and especially for all of you that willing to join us.
Mhm.
And we hope from this podcast actually we can give you more information
Mhm.
and can be more motivate you. Also, maybe you want to
promote.
join, yeah, to
Yeah.
download more and join us. Yeah.
Okay, so Bella, do you have anything you want to say?
First of all, thank you for joining us today. It was a very fun time chit chatting with you guys, and interacting with you guys too. And yeah, I hope you guys can enjoy. And yeah, have a great day, guys.
Okay, so do you want to close? Okay.
How about you?
Okay,
Yeah, what do you feel?
actually said before, I was so grateful to be here to share the information too, and to let you guys know about the local culture in Pontianak too. I was really excited. I'm so grateful to hear all of the stuffs and watch the videos again and making the videos until right now. We have shown them the videos about the local culture in Pontianak too. And so I'm so really thankful for all of you guys that have participated in this Zoom meeting. We hope that we can give a good insights for all of you to give more knowledge so you can know the local culture in Pontianak too.
Okay, so this is the end of our podcast. Thank you for joining us. See you guys.
Bye.
Can they leave right now?
Okay, sure. Okay.
Yes, you guys can leave the meeting.
Yeah, you may leave the meeting.
Thank you for
Thank
it.
you, guys.
Thank you
Yeah.
guys for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Bye bye. See you later.
Thank you.
How to
You're welcome.